Join me as I dive into the challenging question of what happens when Israel and the church unite in God's millennial kingdom. In a world where division and segregation seem the norm, it's refreshing to talk about unity and oneness. And what better way to explore this concept than by looking at the unity between the church and Israel in God's kingdom? The church and Israel have been separate bodies or entities for centuries, each with a distinct identity and purpose. But is this really what God intended? Have we misinterpreted scriptures and perpetuated a divide that was never meant to exist? One of the main reasons for this divide is a lack of understanding and education. Many in the church see Israel as a relic of the past, a reminder of God's dealings with the Jewish people before the coming of Jesus. On the other hand, the Jewish community often views the church as a separate entity with distinct theology and practices. This lack of understanding has led to a breakdown in communication and a sense of disconnection. Historical tensions have also played a significant role in perpetuating this divide. From the Crusades to the Holocaust, the church has been guilty of perpetuating anti-Semitic attitudes and practices that have led to the marginalization and persecution of the Jewish community. On the other hand, the Jewish community has often seen the church as a threat to their identity and way of life. But what if we told you that there's a different way? What if we told you that God's plan is not for the church and Israel to be separate entities, but for them to be united in his kingdom, part of the same olive tree branch? In Romans 11 verses 17 to 18, Paul talks about the Gentiles being grafted into the root of Israel, becoming one with the Jewish people in their faith in God. In Ephesians 2 verse 14, he writes about Jesus being the one who has broken down the dividing wall of hostility between Jews and Gentiles, creating one new man in place of the two. In Zechariah 8 verse 23, the prophet writes about a time when people from all nations will take hold of the Jewish people and say, "Let us go with you, because we have heard that God is with you." This is a powerful picture of unity and collaboration, where people from all backgrounds unite to worship and serve God. When we look at the world around us, we see the transformative potential of unity. We see communities healed, relationships restored, and lives changed. When we apply this to the unity between the church and Israel, we see the potential for massive spiritual revival and community transformation. Take, for example, the story of a group of Christians who came together with their Jewish neighbors to clean up a local park. As they worked together, they began to share stories and break down barriers, and soon, they were having deep and meaningful conversations about their faith. This small act of service led to a deeper understanding and appreciation between the two communities, and it opened up new possibilities for collaboration and partnership. As we end this video, I want to leave you with hope and expectation. I believe that when the church and Israel unite in God's kingdom, we will see an unprecedented move of God. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic in the comments below. If you want to dive deeper into this topic, check out our next video, in which we explore more of what God's kingdom looks like in practice.